Wesley was never close to Mike and never beat him at anything. What does Andrew need to improve to win the Olympia? Tyler Mannion has now released the Arnold UK analysis. It lasts 12 minutes. I'll give you a summary here, translated into Spanish. He is the head judge of the Olympia and the Arnold and vice president of the NPC, and he decides who wins, so let's listen to him. Tyler says that we have Andrew in first place, and that this is by far his best version. He says that at the Arnold Ohio he did very well, but here it was another level. A combination of size, fullness and definition like he's never brought before. So far we agree. I think it was one of Andrew's best versions. This one and the one from the Olympia were brutal. Tyler says the hamstrings are detailed and defined, which is the first time we've seen this in Andrew. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or an insult. And yes, they were more defined than ever. It's a miracle. He's improved his posing and overall you can see detail and muscular balance. The whole physique is very impressive. Tyler says he can still work on increasing his hamstrings from the back and improving his defense. Having detail means how much they separate, how defined they look, how much they stand out, okay? He also says he needs to work on adding size to his lower body in general. Everything flows and looks nice. Tyler really likes flow, huh? He has detail, he has density. If he manages to bring a bit more size with that condition to the Olympia, he could do well. And I really mean it, Andrew could win the Olympia. Tyler says his posing has improved a lot, but he still needs to work on his side chest pose and side triceps pose to feel fully comfortable and perform them at 100% at the Olympia. I totally agree. I've always said that in the side chest pose, he doesn't quite hit it perfectly. Also, in the side chest pose, his belly always sticks out a little and he has to hide it like he does in the other poses. In the side triceps pose, he never fully tightens his massive abdomen or takes advantage of it, and sometimes he tilts his lower body too much and doesn't extend his arm. I think that if he nailed that pose, we'd have the next Mr. Olympia. I hope he improves it. And besides, Andrew is super flexible, really, he's like a ballerina. The problem here is that he's so big that it's hard for him to hit the pose just because of his sheer size, that's why. Honestly, it's just lack of practice, no excuse. Tyler ends up calling him crazy looking and very impressive. It was about time he dropped the crazy. Let's move on to Brandon. He says it's the best look in a long time and this really made me laugh. He said that Brandon is reviving his physique, bringing more separation and detail than before. Basically his physique was dying, it was withering, not like a plant. He watered and fertilized it and it revived. From the back, the hamstrings were very defined and separated. The legs from the back and side look good, but he can add size and also improve his back width a bit. Very impressed. Well, yes, honestly, when I saw Brandon, I was blown away. Crazy, one of the best looks he's ever brought. Briefly, in third place, he says Patrick did well, improved his weaknesses, and had solid conditioning, but it wasn't as good as the other two. Patrick needs better conditioning and more leg size. Now let's discuss Martin. Why did he finish fourth? He said little, just that this wasn't his usual look. He wasn't as conditioned or defined as before, and he needs to return to that. That's why he finished fourth and needs to improve. He needs to improve the density and width in his back, and that's totally true. I don't know if it was just by chance, but in Prague he brought an extraordinary look and hasn't been able to bring anything even close since. Let's move on to Classic. Here he was brief. He said that seeing these two men, he can say how much Wesley has improved, that he has great size and that he's very tall, that he's huge. He doesn't focus much on Wesley since he already analyzed him at the Arnold Ohio. He said that Mike came in shredded. I mean, with tremendous definition, really. The best conditioning he could have achieved. Perfect conditioning. Mike's balance, proportions and flow are very good. And he also says this is the time Mike has impressed him the most. The physique that excited Tyler Manio, he says he can add a bit more density to his chest and shoulders, especially the anterior deltoid, and that he also needs a bit more triceps. Alright Tyler, but how is he going to manage the weight? Because he's at the limit and he has to come in shredded, peeled like you said to be able to make weight. Not sure how he'll do it. Maybe by losing size elsewhere, like the triceps. His size, his flow, his definition, his posing were really good. Even though Wesley improved immensely, he didn't win a single pose. He wasn't even close. And well, I don't know. That seems excessive to me, huh? From the back, I did say that Mike definitely won. He's much better and more complete. From the side, I said they were very similar, but I still think that when it comes to the torso, Wesley could take it. He has bigger arms, broader shoulders and a bigger chest, and they look better and harder. Mike presents it better and appears broader. Wesley's glute is noticeably better, bigger and more defined from the side. Their legs are similar and Wesley's calf might even be better. Overall, they're very evenly matched from the side. From the front it's the same. Wesley has a wide waist and Mike has a slim one, but both are super broad, and Wesley's arms are noticeably bigger than Mike's. Wesley's lats stand out a lot. I would say they're bigger than Mike's, and the legs don't look out of place at all. For me, Wesley can definitely take the biceps pose, although Mike could take it too, honestly. For me, Mike clearly wins the abs and legs pose. I think the size of his legs and abs with that detail and density is incredible. I like how he poses it, although again, Wesley's lats really stand out in this pose. The classic pose is very subjective, just pick whichever you prefer, since they're not even the same pose. What I mean by this is that I don't know if Tyler went too far or made a mistake, but to say they weren't even close, I don't agree with that. I think that in at least 2, or even 1 if you want, out of the 5 poses, Wesley was actually winning, and in the others he wasn't that far behind. See? Tyler and I usually agree, but not this time. He says Wesley could have bigger legs from the back and also more size in his glutes and hamstrings, and in the side leg shot too. He says that he can get in better shape to compete against guys like Mike, and that his physique is very impressive, that it would be interesting to see him against the top 5 guys at the Olympia. Here he's already predicting that Wesley is going to finish around 5th, 6th or 7th, something like that. Third, Jorge. His conditioning was great, but he needs a wider back. Personally, I think Jorge's back looks amazing. He says he needs a bit more arm and to pose better. Totally agree. Andrea Mamoli needs more chest, more back, more upper body in general, so that it balances with his lower body. His conditioning was solid, but even better at the Arnold, Ohio. That's all he says about classic physique. He doesn't analyze Kim Angel, and I wish he explained why he finished 5th. About men's physique, I'll be brief. He said it was close, but Victor had better shape, V-taper, small waist, full chest and balanced arms and shoulders. He said he has a good back, but he needs more density and detail in it. Victor was the winner, okay? Just in case. About Andredeyu, he said he brought very good conditioning, that he poses differently from the front and looks much better now. From the back, good density and width. And he gave the front pose to Victor, but in the back pose they were super even, and that's why they made them pose so many times. What happened? Andre started reverting to his old habit of hunching his back and pulling his shoulder blades together during the poses, which ruined his form. He should have opened up and shown more width, but he didn't, so he lost. Well, that's all Tyler Mannion has to tell us about the Open Classic Immense category. I pretty much agree. I think Andrew Jack needs to make those improvements and that he's a strong contender to win the Mr. Olympia this year. We'll see how he progresses. He still has many months left. About Wesley, I don't know. I thought he looked a bit better than what Tyler says and I saw him closer to Mike. But it's true that Mike brought an extraordinary version with an incredible conditioning. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with the judge? And finally, you have a 10% discount at Mas Musculo with the link in my description and pinned comment and the code ARIS. For a crazy flowing look, here are all the supplements you need. Spanish-made product shipping to Spain. Thanks for the support. This is Ares YT Culturismo signing off. See you in the next video.